Hi, I'm Mark. This is my October review for Pisces Sun sign and Pisces rising. This month we have two full moons. The first is on the 1st in Aries in your second house, and the second is in Taurus on the 31st in your third house. Now the second is a blue moon, but it's a calendar blue moon. It's not an astrological blue moon, so it doesn't have the same significance. But even so, we have two full moons in 1 month. Now, the one on the 1st in Aries is in your second house. This may highlight security needs, financial security needs. This could be connected to the emotional nature as well. Now, this moon is connected to Chiron because it's conjunct Chiron. So here, a wound may come up from the past regarding your financial situation. Maybe in the past you had a lot of debt, or you had a loss of money. That this wound can now be healed. The other thing that the moon in this position sometimes represents is moving. So if you have already or recently moved, then you'll reap the benefit of that now, because the full moon is about reaping the benefit. If you haven't moved yet, then there could be some progress made with the full moon, because the full moon is about progress and advancement as well. On the 3rd, Venus moves into the 7th house. Now this is a time when you need to sharpen your communication skills and negotiation skills, because this month you need to enlist the help of others. You can't go it alone, so don't be afraid to ask for help. On the 4th, Pluto, who's been going backwards or retrograde in your 11th house, now goes direct. So over the 6 months previous, you should have had time to think about your dreams and your ideals, your goals for the future. Pluto here will want to transform those and make them very different to what they were in the past. So now with Pluto direct, it's a good time to put these into action. Pluto in the 11th is also about group endeavour. It's about working in teams. It ties in well with Venus in the 7th this month. So it's good to get people on board and work with you, because you can do more as a group, as a unit, than you can on your own. Pluto also in this house is about business and enterprise. So it's a good time to start any new enterprises. There will be a couple of challenges for Pluto this month. We'll tell you about those in a moment. On the 8th, it's a day of intense learning, but it has to be related to what you're doing. It's no good scattering your energies today. You need to concentrate on one thing and one thing only, and you'll be able to take on board so much. Your mind will be so active. Then on the 9th, Pluto has his first test. Because he's moving forward now, he comes in contact with Mars, who's now moving backwards. So the two are going to come head to head. Now Mars is in your financial area. If today passes without any issues, then you're on the right track and you're doing well. If anything comes up today, any events highlight things, then you need to jump on it straight away. Quick, decisive action. Put everything right, and then you can move forward again. With the Sun moving through your 8th house this month, this is a month of change. There's a lot going on. And on the 10th, it's an opportunity here to put some of those changes into place. Could be that you're thinking of changing job, moving house. These are major changes, so there's a lot going on for you. You have to be careful not to take on too much, because it can be a little bit mentally exhausting. So on the 11th, it'd be a good day to take some time off, take a break, spend some time with your partner. It's a good day for interaction with your partner, creating a little bit of excitement. That would go a long way. If you're not in a relationship, it's a good day to engage with someone new. On the 15th, Pluto has another challenge. This time it could be a power struggle, but with the Sun in your 8th house, this is a good time to keep on with those changes. Keep letting go of the past, letting things go. If something's highlighted today by events, then it needs your immediate attention. So you need to make those changes and adjustments. If everything is well, then you're on the right track. You need to get these sorted, because on the 16th, it's a new moon in your 8th house. And this is fantastic, because you can start to put these changes into place. You can sow the seeds that you can harvest in the future. The new moon is about initiation, about new beginnings. On the 17th and 18th, there's a couple of critical days. The first day, 17th, will probably highlight finances. Not only your own finances, but shared resources as well. If you've done your homework and been clever and done everything right, there'll be no problems. But if you get angry today, you need to examine why you're angry, why you're frustrated, and then deal with it. It's probably, when you examine it, it's probably not as important as you think. Then on the 18th, there could be issues around responsibility. Could be a blockage here that you need to overcome. It could be a self-imposed blockage that you've built something around you to protect yourself, but it's not letting other things in. It could be that you're limiting yourself, or others are limiting you, so you need to overcome this as well. On the 21st, the Black Moon Lilith moves into your 3rd house. Now this is good news in respect that it was in your 2nd house for 9 months, and it cast a shadow over your financial side. Now the focus will change, and over the next 9 months you're going to work on communication. You're going to reinvent yourself as far as communication is concerned. You need to examine communication and how you communicate with people. You maybe need to take a whole different view on it. The other thing that is highlighted is your attitude and outlook on the world. You may want to change your attitude now. The world has changed a lot in the last year, so you may want to change your outlook on life. You've got 9 months to do this, so it'll be a gradual process. But you need to work with the Black Moon because she's your shadow side. She's the side of you you're not too familiar with, and you need to get more in tune with that so you can work with these issues. Between the 22nd and 27th, it's a good time for forward planning. Good time for getting things organised. You'll be very practical at this time. So it's all those changes that are going on, try and pull them all together so you can focus on the direction you're going. It's also good to have discussions and negotiations. So anything you need to bring out in the open, anything you need to discuss, it's a good time to do it now, whether it's at work or in your relationships or in your business or at home. It's a good time to have all these discussions and get your point across. Why? Because on the 28th, Mercury goes retrograde. And when Mercury's retrograde, the energy goes inward, so communication becomes more difficult. People misread things or misunderstand things. So it's good to get this all sorted and tidied up before the 28th. At the end of the month, on the 31st, it's that 2nd full moon we spoke about. This is the blue calendar moon. This is in your 3rd house of the intellect. Now when the moon and emotional body comes into the area of the mind, it creates a little bit of confusion. You may get mixed messages. You won't know whether it's your heart talking or your head. So it's not a time to make good decisions. Especially as well with Mercury retrograde, it's not a good time to communicate. Use the sun. The sun is in your 8th house and it will give you increased perception. It will give you psychological insight. Now it's a good time to use that so that you can understand what's happening, what you're feeling or what you're thinking, and try and decipher those mixed messages. The other point of the moon being in this position is that you may get more exposure. Maybe with your work you may get more public exposure, or if you're at home there may be more exposure in and around your neighbourhood. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I'll be glad to hear from you.